So welcome back to the channel. Over the last 24 hours since posting this video down here asking for your suggestions for gaming coins, I was inundated from things across DMs, comments, all those kind of things. And so I did spend the last, say, 24 hours researching into various gaming and metaverse projects, which has been a lot of fun. And I've whittled it down to 3 here that I really do want to invest in. So we're going to have a little look at these 3 in today's video. If that interests you, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications. And thanks to everyone for their recommendations over the last day. So let's just set the scene quickly. We had the highest monthly close for Bitcoin in its history just yesterday as October closed out. Happy Halloween. 61k was the pretty much level that it ended on, which is super bullish. Typically we break an all-time high and push to a new monthly high as well. We're going to see further upside. Onto the altcoins here. This is the total altcoin market cap. Again, we're just breaking all-time highs once again. And once we significantly clear this yellow line here, I think we are really off to the races. Everything looking super, super bullish. And as we know, November is typically a very bullish month for cryptocurrency. I think it's 8 out of the last 10 Novembers have seen huge gains for the asset class. Now, Plan B had estimated we would have 47k in August. He was correct. 43k in September. He was correct. And then 63k in October, but we closed at 61. So he was slightly out there. However, his target for November is now $98,000 and December $135,000. This is all according to the stock to flow model. And so if we do continue to follow the trajectory he set out here, we're going to see some serious upside, almost $37,000 worth of gains for Bitcoin to come during this next 30 days, which will be absolutely phenomenal. And as you can imagine, altcoins will go crazy. Now, going on right now, we have just had the whole metaverse, Meta change of name for Facebook over the last week. I think that was Thursday evening. And then starting this week off afresh, we've also got NFT NYC, the annual non-fungible token event. This started back in 2019. So major NFT and metaverse spotlight going on right now. And this is seen across the markets. This has been a real catalyst for metaverse projects, gaming projects, and NFTs alike. So let's go through 3 of the gaming, metaverse, and ecosystems within this that I'm really bullish on, having done some research over the last day or so and just really digging into what these guys are kind of doing. I just think they've got super bright futures ahead of them. So the first one here is a coin called THG, Thetan Arena, and this is the Thetan Arena gem coin. We'll look at the 2 token model in just a moment. This is currently at $8.18. You can trade this over on PancakeSwap, and for me, with the current Ethereum gas costs, 239 Gwei, it's literally impossible to trade on ETH anymore, and so you need to be transferring your coins, bridging them over to Binance Smart Chain, maybe Phantom ecosystem, or wherever there's liquidity for your coins, Polygon, for example, just to be able to trade them, because it's become ridiculous right now. So I'm going to be picking these up on PancakeSwap sometime soon. Let's have a little look at the chart down here. Crazy, crazy charts for some of these. But as you can see, this one wants to break out. It looks like it just wants to go higher here, and it's just consolidated after a run up to new all-time highs at just over $9.60. So what's been going on with this one and what does it do? Well, it's based on the Binance Smart Chain. We can see from here, it has 21,000 holders currently, and this one's just gone through an open beta test. And so I think we're going to see an explosion of more addresses coming online for this one. And I think the future is very bright. Let's have a little look at it. So Thetan Arena, and this is a mobile game. So you're not excluding anyone who doesn't have a PC. This could be used by anyone the world over. Majority of people have mobiles at this point, and I think this is the easiest market penetration to go mobile. So the guys behind this one have actually been developing these games for quite some time, and now they've just implemented NFTs and blockchain into their games and started releasing them. So they've already got the formula for addictive and well-used games, and now they're bringing it over to the crypto side of things. Makes a lot of sense, and of course this means the team have been around for quite some time. Developed by Wolf Fun Game. You can see some of the in-game play here. It looks super competitive, you know, high adrenaline, lots of dopamine going off if you play in this one. And it's just like this massive multiplayer online game where you're taking on everyone else in kind of a battle royale, winner takes all. And you can do a free to play, or you can play to earn as well. So it looks pretty damn good to me. And in terms of the graphics and stuff, a lot better than some of the other games that I've come across here. They've also got their full NFT marketplace here, and all of the in-game battlers here, these are all NFTs themselves. You can then take your NFT, so say you become this Velvet character here, you can build her up, train her, get her more XP points, and actually boost her rankings, and then you could sell her on the marketplace at a later date for a profit. So you can see the in-game economy here. 2 tokens here, THC, the Thetan coin. This is kind of your smooth love potion if you're thinking about Axie Infinity here. This is more of the reward coin used for exchange trade. This isn't the one you want to invest in. The investable crypto, such as the AXS for the Axie Infinity token, is this one, the Thetan Gem, so the THG token. And you use this one to evolve your players and for staking as well. You can get some nice staking rewards here. Core team here, the guys behind this have all worked for Wolf Fun Gaming here, and they're pretty much OGs in the blockchain space. They've also worked on the likes of My DeFi Pet and our CBO of Cardia Chain here, CEO and co-founder of Cardia Chain here, so deep ties to the blockchain industry. So you've got a team with experience and have a history of pushing out good games. So on the roadmap here, we have the beta test and the official launch. Special events are coming up. And then into next year, we've got the guild starting up and a cosmetic system upgrade, and the 42-player battle royales will go live. So we've just gone through the initial stages here. If we look through the investors, super impressive. Animoca Brands, just to name a few. Kairos Adventures, AU21. These are the kind of names you want to see backing a project like this. Here is the marketplace. So they've built a lot of stuff out already. As you can see, this is one of the few games that is working live and up and running right now. Hence the kind of high price tag here, $8.06. I think the market cap's around $250 million. But from my overview here, it looks like it's a lot better than Axie Infinity. Just needs to get the players through the door. And as we've seen, a load of these games can go into the multi-billions if successful. So the launch of the mobile beta is available on Android and iOS. Time for Thetans to battle in the GameFi Battle Arena. That was a very recent post. And they were also listed on gate.io just today as well. So this is one I'm watching very closely here. I would like to get an entry a little bit cheaper than this, as it is kind of near all-time highs. But looking at most of the charts for gaming cryptocurrencies, they're all looking to push past all-time highs, as the spotlight is really on this industry now, and it seems to be coming to the forefront. Now, next up here, we have Phantasma. Again, this was one that was recommended to me in the comments, and this is the Soul token. Now, this one's actually an ecosystem play, which is pretty cool. It's its own blockchain, and the market cap for its own blockchain is only $90 million. So an NFT gaming specific blockchain with a very low market cap here. I think this one's got a lot of room to run. So let's just have a little look at the chart here. Imagine the roller coaster of emotions here. Massive pump up into March up to around 80 cents. Huge crash all the way down to around 10, 12 cents. And then we're back up and off to the races once again and pushing new all-time highs. All-time high was hit yesterday at $1.06. A little bit of a pullback here to 88 cents. This is one that I'm looking to get in on ASAP. Again, available on PancakeSwap to avoid the gas costs, or some centralized exchanges if you've got accounts on Gate and KuCoin here. But let's have a look at some stats and information. So the Phantasma Explorer, due to the fact this is its own chain, it has its own Explorer. So its own unique blockchain. Over on Ethereum, they have 1,700 holders of the ERC20 version of the token. This is where the majority of the tokens are being held right now. But that looks like we're fairly early with just under 2,000 hodlers of the token. Now, again, we've got an experienced team here of blockchain engineers and developers that seem to have been around the block for quite some time and have actually been building this out since 2019, I believe. So if we just go over here, you can see that this is a custom built blockchain. They've created it to move fast and deliver a huge throughput of transactions up to 5,000 TPS. And it says their mantra since we started this journey has been that if grandma can't use it, mainstream won't. So this has guided our journey through a multitude of feature additions and user experience improvements to the blockchain of today, Phantasma 2.0. So this allows you to actually connect your game to the Phantasma ecosystem. It says it provides a full suite of tools and features to enable the future of content distribution, built-in oracles, smart NFT gaming platform, arts and music, social connectivity, you name it, we've got it. Deep dive into the white paper for more. So this one is an interoperable blockchain, which is awesome. You can download the various wallets up here, and you could take, say, your Ethereum tokens and then transfer them into the Phantasma chain to stake them. You may want to do that, as there's some nice staking rewards behind this one. But essentially, they've got the interoperability solutions already on hand, which shows you that this team is very technically savvy. Here is the roadmap, as I mentioned, back to 2019. So they've been doing this for quite some time. And then the 2021 edition here, so it says fully integrated with Phantasma and Steam. So this is integrated with Steam as well. The Phantasma-powered game hub called Pavilion was released in June 2020 by Australian game studio Goat Eye, starting with their flagship RTS racing game, 22nd Century Racing Series. Pavilion steadily onboards award-winning games powered by Phantasma smart NFTs. So any user can easily add their entire Steam library of games to Pavilion to make it a one-stop launchpad for their entertainment. And they've also got direct card purchases within this as well. So they've got a lot going on here. So you're buying into an ecosystem by holding the Soul token, and you can accrue value from all the things they're doing. As we've seen, they've got their Pavilion here, the gaming hub that is directly compatible with Steam. And they've also got a load of games that are currently launched or about to be launched. These ones are all live and so are playable. So unlike investing in just one game with some of the others, you're investing into a whole ecosystem, and some of these are up and coming. So a legacy role-playing NFT card game is coming in Q4. Details are pre-sale in here. Just a load of stuff that looks super interesting. And as an ecosystem play overall, I think this is a good shout. Now, what it makes it also interesting is the fact that there has 5,000 transactions per second are possible with the blockchain. However, each game that builds on top can have its own sidechain and get the same 5,000 TPS. So it does make it highly scalable. There is a second token here as well called KCAL. So if you stake your Soul, the Soul tokens here, for every 1,000 that you stake, you'll get 2 KCAL per day. That's only 11 cents right now, but this is in its infancy. So imagine if this absolutely blows up and becomes the next best thing. Essentially, you could make some nice profits from staking Soul. So this one's definitely got my fancy right now, and I do want to add a bag of Soul here as well. Now, last up we have a metaverse play. This is called Wilder World, building their own open metaverse, and this one looks super intriguing. It is, however, pushing all-time highs here and has recently broken out, so I'd like to see this one pull back. As you can see from the chart here, it's just gone up like a rocket, so I would be waiting for a pullback on this one. I don't buy charts that look like that, as eventually gravity will set in. Maybe it'll be a lot higher, we don't know, but I would rather buy this once it does consolidate. So all-time high has been hit at $4.77 just in the last few hours here. So Wilder World has 5,000 holders at this moment in time, which, if you think about having an open metaverse, if it grows like the metaverses all hope they will, it's going to have hundreds of thousands of holders over time. So let's have a little look at their website here. A new dimension of reality, Wilder World is an immersive 5D metaverse built on Ethereum using Unreal Engine 5. This means that the graphics are going to be absolutely next level and just AAA in quality. Now, they've got a few features here. So the first is the wheels. This is essentially how you get around the metaverse in a car. If you would like to utilize that form of transport, you need to own the NFT, the cars themselves. We'll have a look at those in a second. You can also buy shoes, so you can get kicks, and then these have dynamic gameplay abilities as well. They will soon be selling off their houses in here, as they call the cribs, in Miami. So it's like a remake of Miami in a digital age called Miami. And then there will be a land sale to come as well. As you can see from all these graphics, it looks rather cool, and a full guild as well to come. So you can imagine artists coming along and doing NFT drops into here. Imagine designing the statue that sits in the middle of this open expanse on this metaverse. There's just crazy things that can be done with a metaverse. You're only limited by your imagination. So this looks super cool. Recently, they posted this, so a Zuckerberg NFT auction. So this was posted by Frank Wilder, the creator and founder. And as you can see from this as well, I'll just mute that. It says Zuckerberg down here, and it says Metaverse. So having a bit of a tongue-in-cheek poke at the Meta Facebook rebrand there. And if we just scroll up here, we can see a bit of a trailer from the Wilder wheels. So you can see the cars that are being launched here. They look pretty epic, to be fair. And this went off, I think, over the last 2 days, and they're now trading on the secondary market over on OpenSea. So if you want to own a car for Wilder World, you'll need to go and get one over here. There's 5,000 items for sale. Currently, the lowest price you can get is this Porsche Cayenne here, and it is roughly 0.44 ETH, around 2,000 bucks. As you can see, all the wheels and the alloys kitted out on these cars look super, super cool. But this, unlike many NFTs, will have a cool functionality. You can drive it in the metaverse. So this to me looks like not a bad a shout for an NFT to get involved with. We can also see this. So someone posted up Wilder wheels. He's been buying them like mad due to the fact he sees like this contrast of a car in the real world versus a car in the metaverse. As you know, your car is going to depreciate in the real world. Things go wrong with it. It gets damaged. In the metaverse, though, he thinks that cars will become more valuable over time as more people enter the metaverse. There's going to be scarcity for the cars. There's only 5,000 of them. And so limited supply means number typically go up, but also no depreciation. And what you can actually do as well is stake your car or park it in a garage to generate a passive income. So each of these different factions here, so if you have a car and you stake it, you can earn some of the revenue share from the wheels side of the industry here. Similarly, if there's revenue share from the crib side, so if people are selling cribs and maybe there's a bit of a kickback here and you own a crib, you could stake it and similarly get a proportion of revenue share. So you can stake your car, put it in a garage and receive a revenue share. Goes into more detail within this article here, but it's all pretty mind-bending stuff. As I say, the limits are only placed by yourself. So in order to become a citizen of the Wilder Nation here, you will have to hold 1 wild token. So it stands to believe that over time, there's only 500 million in total supply. So a maximum of 500 million people could enter this in totality. But over time, as people lock up these tokens, they use them for various things. You could see that the actual entry to get into the world will go up into the tens, maybe hundreds of dollars, even higher potentially. And so at $4.51, if they do attract a ton of people into their metaverse, the price will go up as a result of that. So there's some really cool economics within this. It's going to have a full in-game economy with resources, industries, and infrastructure, all of which have costs attached to them. So there will be a GDP backing up the Wilder Nation, and they have a 2-token model again with the Wild token, the DAO token, and the Loot token required for the raw materials to create assets. So in a similar fashion again, Axie Infinity 2-token model seems to be the way things are working in the metaverse. So the Wild token has a fixed supply of 500 million. All transactions in this digital asset space have to happen in the Wild token, and it is required to both submit and vote on DAO proposals. And then the Loot token represents the treasury reserves held by the Wilder Nation, the DAO, and also token holders. So Loot has an infinite supply, but it's based on a bonding curve. As tokens are purchased and sold, the supply increases and decreases respectively. So again, Wild is the token you'd want to invest in, not the Loot token here. They go on to some of the staking mechanics. Wilders will be able to stake their Uni LP tokens. So to get part of these staking rewards, you need to have ETH and Wild liquidity pair. So you need to go to Uniswap and get the LP token and stake it to get some of these earnings. So I think there'll be a staking portal within the website, and then 50% of staking rewards will be paid out in Wild and 50% converted to Loot and held by the treasury managed by the Wilder Nation DAO. So a lot of value accrual within this ecosystem. Everything sounds pretty damn cool. You can see the various factions from Wilder Wheels, Wilder Kicks, Wilder Guild, Concept, all these different things in this article, which I will leave down below. In terms of a timeline, the first version of the Metropolis will be rolling out before the end of this year, and we'll provide an announcement by the exact deployment date beforehand. So this is going to be live before the end of 2021. And so we're seeing a bit of FOMO into this. Peter Brandt actually did some TA on this, which is pretty cool. Dive in and get wet and wild. And as you can see, since it broke out at the end of October here, it was around $2.30 in this wedge pattern, and then it popped out like mad here. So I would expect typically when looking at charts, you would get a bit of a retrace back down here. So anything maybe in the threes would be a good entry to get involved with the wild token, in my humble opinion, and that's exactly what I'll be trying to do. Markets wise, this one's pretty much Uniswap or KuCoin there. So we've just gone through a game, an ecosystem play, and a whole metaverse. 3 of these gaming NFT metaverse plays that I would like to get my hands on during this week. I'll have to do a little bit of restructuring of my portfolio to add these, but I think the future is super bullish for all of these. And generally what we're seeing right now is this sector of the market is outpacing the rest. So it makes sense to make a few tweaks here and there and increase my exposure to this ecosystem on top of the already existing bags that I have. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, slap a like on today's video, drop me a comment down below. Any more suggestions are welcome, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.